The night Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever clashed with DeWanna Bonner and the Phoenix. Mercury was more than a basketball game. It was a powder keg packed with karma, emotion, and unfinished business waiting for the spark. When it finally ignited inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the blast was felt far beyond the hardwood. For the Fever, this was more than a win. This was a reckoning. For the fans, it was payback. And for Bonner, it was a confrontation she couldn't sidestep from. The moment Bonner stepped back onto the court in Indianapolis, the atmosphere changed. No warm applause for a familiar face. No polite nod for a former franchise star. The boos rained down the instant she checked in, and they didn't let up. This was the arena she had abandoned. These were the fans she had walked away from. They were here to make sure she remembered it. Her exit from Indiana had been abrupt and controversial, leaving midway through a rebuild. Midway through hope, midway through Caitlin Clark's rookie season, she headed to Phoenix to join her fiancé Alyssa Thomas, and a team she likely saw as an upgrade. Maybe she believed the anger would fade. Maybe she thought the fans would forgive. But Fever fans are cut from different cloth, you remember. They circled dates, and this one had been in bold on the calendar. Every time she touched the ball, the boos swelled. This wasn't petty heckling. It was the sound of betrayal echoing through the stands, and the Fever players felt it too. Clark, sidelined with a groin injury, was locked in from the bench cheering every defensive stop on Bonner, like it was the finals. When Lexi Hull and Natasha Howard swatted her shots or forced a shot clock violation, Clark leapt up, grinning, celebrating every small victory as if it were personal. On the other sideline, Alyssa Thomas added her own layer of theatrics. Out of uniform but never out of voice, she jawed with Fever fans, defending Bonner and even tossing shade at the franchise, claiming Bonner had finally joined a real team. The timing couldn't have been worse because that real team was about to be torn, apart possession by possession. And that's exactly what happened. Bonner didn't just struggle, she vanished. 1-4-4 from the field. 4 points. 1 rebound. That was it. Instead of using the boos as fuel, she seemed drained by them. The woman who once commanded cheers in this building now looked small, uneasy, and misplaced. Meanwhile, the player who replaced her in the rotation, Aerie McDonald, exploded for a career-high 27 points. Her speed cut through Phoenix's defense like a blade, her confidence unshakable, 10-4-10 from the free throw line, for assists, relentless energy. And in the cruelest twist of fate, McDonald was signed with the cap space Bonner freed. Up when she walked away. Karma doesn't always move this fast, but that night, it did. McDonald wasn't alone. Chloe Bai poured in 10 points, stretched the defense with her shooting, and nailed a dagger 3 in transition that turned the game's momentum into an avalanche. Sophie Cunningham chipped in 12, including a vicious 4-point play that brought the crowd to its feet. Darius Dantas humiliated Alyssa Thomas with a smooth veteran dream shake that was as much insult as it was artistry. The Fever weren't just winning, they were dissecting the Mercury. Every pass, every cut, every defensive rotation was sharper than the last. The replacements weren't placeholders, they were upgrades. They were invested, they were connected, and they played like a team with something to prove. Then came the knockout blow. Aaliyah Boston, steady all night with 22 points and 12 rebounds, decided the fourth quarter would belong to her. The game was still within reach for Phoenix when Boston erupted 17 points in a single quarter, a personal 10-0 run, and a series of post moves that were pure dominance. She bullied defenders under the rim, finished through contact, drew fouls, and hit her free throws with icy composure. Every time the Mercury tried to claw back, Boston slammed the door harder. By the end, Gainbridge Fieldhouse was a wall of sound. Fans could feel it. This wasn't just a win. This was a shift. Boston wasn't filling the gap left by Clark's absence, she was leading. It was her 4th straight double-double, a career-best streak, and a performance that signaled her transformation from rising star to franchise cornerstone. When the buzzer sounded, the scoreboard read 107-101, but the real victory had been claimed in the stands. in the locker room, and in the psyche of the franchise. The Fever had proved they could win without Clark. They could thrive without Bonner. They were no longer a rebuilding project. They were a team. But the drama didn't end there. In the post-game press conferences, the divide between the two franchises was on full display. Mercury star Kalia Copper took the mic and scolded Fever fans for booing Bonner, calling it distasteful, and insisting Bonner didn't deserve such treatment after all she'd done for the league. It was a tone-deaf defense that ignored the reality. Bonner hadn't just switched teams. She had quit mid-season, abandoning her teammates and fans. The Fever, by contrast, kept it classy. Head coach Stephanie White dismissed the noise with elegance. Basketball is basketball. Relationships are relationships. No drama, no lingering bitterness, just focus. And then Boston delivered the perfect mic drop that got nothing to do with me. Single sentence that said everything. She cared about winning, nothing else. For the first time since 2015, Fever were 3 games over, .500, 15 wins, 12 losses, solidly in 6th place, rising without their rookie sensation. This was more than a game. It was proof that loyalty still matters, that walking away has consequences, that a city long overlooked now has a team worth believing in. DeWanna Bonner found out the hard way: when you leave something special behind, the day may come when you have to face it again. And when that day arrives, the scoreboard might not be your biggest problem. It's the sound of the fans who used to cheer for you. You're now roaring for your replacement. The Fever didn't just take revenge. They claimed their identity, and they've got the receipts to prove it. So was the crowd right to boo Bonner? Was this pure karma? Let's hear it in the comments. If you want more nights like this broken down play-by-play, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. The drama's just getting started, asterisk.